Ladies and gentlemen, I am Joshua Boston, and here is your starting lineup for the Duels at Daytona. We start with the first one, which will determine the inside line for the Daytona 500. On the pole in the Bass Pro Shops Toyota, it is MTJ from Mayetta, New Jersey, Martin Truex Jr. And who is outside in the Power Team Chevrolet from Chemung, New York, it is the survivor himself, Jeffrey Bodine. Starting in row number 2 in the Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford, it is Guido from Grass Valley, California, Matt DiBenedetto. And the ace from Welcome, North Carolina in the Dow Chevrolet, Austin Dillon. Starting in row number 3, we see the Beloit Bomber herself from Beloit, Wisconsin in the GoDaddy Chevrolet, Danica Patrick. And Orange Juice from Riverside, California in the Love's Travel Stops Ford, David Gilliland. Starting in row number 4, we see the Tire Pro Chevrolet of Josh Berry from Hendersonville, Tennessee, who will begin to bury his competition after starting 7th. And who is outside, we see Little E from Dawsonville, Georgia, the Hooters Spirit Chevrolet of Chase Elliott. Rounding out the top 10 starting spots for duel number 1, we see Mr. Realtree himself in the Realtree Chevrolet from Wausau, Wisconsin, Dave Marcus, and the National Guard Ford of the Biff from Vancouver, Washington, Greg Biffle. The 6th row, we'll see the DuPont Chevrolet of the Wonder Boy from Vallejo, California, Jeff Gordon, and Mr. Fast and Furious himself in the Ally Nissan from Glendale, California, this is Brian Skyliner. Row number 7, we'll see the Tie Rod from Charlotte, North Carolina in the Interstate Batteries Toyota, Ty Gibbs. And alongside him is Prince Kyle Petty from Randleman, North Carolina in the Wells Fargo Dodge. Starting in the 8th row will be the Dr. Pepper Toyota of the Hog Dropper from Unadilla, Georgia, David Reagan. And alongside him in the Z-Rex Chevrolet, it is the Underbird 2.0 from Concord, North Carolina, Corey LaJoy. And in row 9 in the Coors Light Dodge, it is the Silver Bullet himself from Columbia, Tennessee, Sterling Marlin. And who is outside in the Dollar General Chevrolet, it is the Money Man from Sacramento, California, Bernie Lamar. The 10th row, we'll see Steve Park from East Northport, New York in the Pennzoil Chevrolet, who hopes to park that one car in victory lane after starting 21st. And alongside him in the Enhanced Health Chevrolet, it is the Kiwi from Auckland, New Zealand, Shane Van Gisbergen. Back in row number 11, we see the Bush's Chili Bean Chevrolet of the Dinger, AJ Allmendinger from San Jose, California. And in the RoofClaim.com Toyota, it is the iRacer from Port Tobacco, Maryland, Timmy Hill. And finally, starting from the rear of the field in duel number 1 in the UPS Toyota, it is DJ from Hickory, North Carolina, Dale Jarrett. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your starting lineup for duel number 1 at Daytona. Now, let's take a look at the starting lineup for duel number 2. We start on the front row to determine the outside row of the Daytona 500. And on the pole, in the Miller Lite Ford from Rochester Hills, Michigan, it is BK, Brad the Big Keselowski. And alongside him is his Team Penske teammate. In the Auto Trader Ford from Middletown, Connecticut, it is Sliced Bread himself, Joey Logano. Starting in the 2nd row will be the FedEx Toyota of Chesterfield, Virginia's Denny Hammerin Hamlin. And in the DeWalt Power Tools Toyota, it is Mr. Consistency from Cambridge, Wisconsin, Matt Kenseth. The 3rd row will see the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet of last year's champion, Young Money from Elk Grove, California, Kyle Larson. And who is outside in the Lowe's Chevrolet, it is Superman from Elkhorn, California, Jimmy Johnson. Row number 4 sees the Kayla Ford of the Journeyman from Glendale, Arizona, Michael McDowell. And the Viagra Ford of the Kid from Batesville, Arkansas, Mark Martin. And rounding out the top 10 starting spots in duel number 2, in the Sunny D Ford, it is Mississippi's Olive Branch from Olive Branch, Mississippi, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And to his outside in the Duracell Menards Ford, it is YRB from Hartford, Ohio, Ryan Inside Blaney. The sixth row sees the Busch Light Ford of the closer from Bakersfield, California, Kevin Harvick, and cousin Carl Edwards from Columbia, Missouri in the Fastenal Ford. Starting in the seventh row will be the Onion from Chemung, New York in the Tabasco Pontiac, Todd Bodine, and alongside him in the Office Depot Mahindra Tractor Sport, it is the Outlaw from Silver Rock, California, Tyler Morgan. Starting in the eighth row in the Exalta Chevrolet, it is the Dune Bug from Mooresville, North Carolina, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And alongside him in the Haas Automation Monster Energy Ford from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's time for Kurt Busch Radio Sweetheart. In the ninth row in the U.S. Army Chevrolet, it is the Barrage from Cato, New York, Regan Smith. And to his outside in the Eckridge Sausages Chevrolet, it is Hubba Bubba Wallace from Mobile, Alabama. The 10th row sees the Target Dodge of the Flying Scotsman himself, Dario Franchitti, and alongside him is the Gambler from Las Vegas, Nevada in the South Point Hotels and Casino Chevrolet, Brendan Gaughan. And finally, rounding out the field in row number 11 in the Gatorland Ford from Wauchula, Florida, it is the Highlander, BJ McLeod. And to his outside in the Dynaco car, it is Hot Lemonade herself from Austin, Texas, Cruz Ramirez. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your starting lineup for the Duels at Daytona.